Welcome back to MMix. It's been a few months considering all that goes on, but yeah, we're back. I'm primarily changing it from being a DJ set mix thing to just being interviews with people that inspire me and my friends. Usually that's like the same group of people. Um, and I'm here today with a friend that's been inspiring me a lot lately and is the last in the Bird's Nest crew uh, that I haven't talked to yet. This is ARRYTH, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
For anyone who doesn't know you, would you like to give like a small introduction?
Hi. I, I'm. That's it. That's all I have to say. No. Hi. I'm ARRYTH. You can call me Riley. I make music. I specifically dance music and anything like loud and fun. More recently, I've been interested in like Core and just yeah. I'm also from Australia, so I don't know if that means much, but yeah.
Not the first Australian we've had here. But yeah,
The first or not the first?
not
Sorry,
the
the
first.
sound cut
Yeah,
out.
you're
Oh yeah, Spencer. Yeah.
yeah, you're not the first. It's surprising
Yeah.
how we've had like a half-half here, with half of my guests being from America, the other half being Australian.
Yeah.
Uh, so, I guess to kick things off, what's been inspiring you lately? I mean, you know, you said Core, but get into the specifics about it. I'm curious.
Well, Core has been it's difficult to explain, but like the thing that's the bigger picture of things that have been really inspiring me recently is stuff that is like unapologetically itself, and like I guess I mean this in an endearing way, are things that you would call like cringe, I guess.
Yeah, I understand.
Like things that are like part of the appeal of Core specifically is the things that it samples and how it's like a lot of like pop culture references and songs from like early 2010 pop music and stuff like that. It's just it's a very euphoric and very I don't know how to explain this. I'm very sorry.
No, you got it. You got the message right. It's very I think what like something like you're trying to say is it's very sincere.
Yeah, it's so in love with what it's referencing and what it samples, and that's something that I adore. Like I think the way that it just is, yeah, like you said, it's very sincere and it loves what it's sampling, and I am trying to emulate that and figure that out in my own way.
Yeah. I'm on that same wavelength, even if it's not Core specific. In terms of what I'm working on as well. A lot of the what I'm looking for in art nowadays, in terms of like games and music and like just art in general, is just sincere art. We've been like the past few years has
Yeah.
been drowning in like post irony, I don't care culture. It's weird. It's so hard to describe the feeling of it because it's been what we're used to for like ever since 2020 started. It just this whole post irony, like trying to just be over it all, not really caring about it.
Yeah.
And now I'm just missing it a lot. I want things to be sincere again. I want things to be a bit messy
It's
and like accept that fact.
yeah. There's a thing that with what you're saying about this. There's a thing that I notice in like gaming circles where people will like. It's this pet peeve I have specifically about the YouTube scene where people will like talk about a thing that they like, but then go on length about the things that they don't like, and it's really nitpicky. Like, unless the thing they're talking about is like incredible and doesn't really have a lot of flaws, like people on YouTube, if they're like reviewing a game or like talking about it, they'll go on and on about things that they don't like or things that the thing it did wrong. It's like, but don't you like it? Don't you like it? Don't you enjoy
I
playing
mean,
this? Don't you have like several many hours in this? It's like,
okay, loving a game also means that you know its critiques inside and out and loving it despite that. I can sit on the side of what you're complaining about because Unbeatable, right?
yeah,
Game is a buggy mess. Has a lot of weird like decisions in terms of its pacing and how systems are made and how the engine is kind of jank for some charts, and yet I still love it all because it's very sincere and is what it is. I I I
yeah.
I have
It's
I have nearly 100 hours in that game, and some of it is just absolute bullshit.
but it's still really charming, and it's like the music is amazing.
Yeah,
The
no,
voice acting is amazing, and the
I
characters are great. Like,
I
I
love
love
everything
a lot of
about
stuff
it.
about that game.
It's just upon the way I've found out how I explain my relationship with Unbeatable and how I like in terms of like objectively reviewing it is that on the surface everything works well and is phenomenal, but if you look at the parts that make up the whole and like examine them deeply, there is so many flaws. And some of them are just
Yeah,
hilarious, and some of them are so frustrating. It like makes like I around when the game first came out, I was doing like achievement hunting, and one of like the biggest achievements in the game was getting the 10-star rating, right? And it was such a
yeah,
pain in the ass to do that when the game barely gives you any information on what to go off of, and only until you like until you're like I don't know, grinding your ass off in charts and like figuring out, wait a minute, there's only two things that really matter in this grand whole like rating system. You're just you're just kind of stuck because the game doesn't give you enough information to figure that out unless you like sit with it for like a few hours and kind of analyze what it's saying to you. And that's annoying as shit.
yeah. No, yeah,
Ah,
I get that. I still need to beat Unbeatable.
you gotta.
It's I know. I hear a lot of things about this story, and I remember how like how good that intro was. Like the first hour or so of that game was really, really good. It did a really, really good job of introducing you to the game, and I've had a lot
Yeah.
of fun in the arcade mode as well.
Oh, yeah, you gotta finish it sometime. It is genuinely such a blast. On one hand, I want to say a lot about it. On the other, not the time for it. This is about. There's other
One
important
thing I
topics to
will say,
discuss.
one thing I will say again about Unbeatable is I'm really, 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 really excited um for the chart editor. I'm really
Yeah,
excited that you can like make your own soon, and I know like one of the first things I'm gonna attempt putting in there. I think you know what I'm talking about.
yeah. I think I also know what you're talking about. I'm excited to see it in there. I am working. One my biggest idea right now with the chart editor is that something I don't want to reveal yet, but it's going. In theory, it's going to take months of work, and I really hope that it pays off. Because other than like, it will probably be the second big project I'm working on this year, other than my second album. So having my
Yeah,
sec, basically my time split between making like all doing all the work for like project, and then also working on the second album, making sure things are right and the aesthetic is good and just everything like feels right. It's going to be
yeah,
one creatively chaotic time for me, but I'm excited.
yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing what you're working on. It's gonna be very cool.
Speaking of the future and what's coming next, you have a set like really soon, don't you?
Yeah. Is this referring to Nocturnal?
Yes, this is referring to Nocturnal.
Yeah. I'm really excited for that. I haven't played like a set IRL in like a year and a half, and well, at least one that's been like a proper ARRYTH set and hasn't been like me being hired to do something for a different event or something. Like this is like a proper like dance music event, and I'm really really excited for this one. I've been making a ton of like edits and trying to finish off a bunch of unreleased music to play this at Nocturnal, and it's been going good. I leave in 3 days
Hell yeah.
to go to Melbourne. I'm so excited.
When I by the when we're recording this, it'll be like, since this is Sunday, it'll be put up this like this upcoming Saturday is the plan. I don't know if the set will have
Yeah.
happened by then. Or it might be like, I don't know when it is.
Saturday. It'll be Saturday for you, yeah?
Yeah, it'll be Saturday at noon. My time is when I'm putting it out.
That's almost exactly when my set starts. I'm
That
gonna be
is
real with you.
that
It
is
is. That's
that
exactly when it starts.
that is so fucking awesome, actually. Hold on.
That is really cool.
Oh,
So yeah, I play at 2 a.m. my time. Oh my god. I play at 2 a.m. my time. Actually, no, it'll be a bit after because Melbourne's 3 hours ahead. So that would be 16 hours difference for you. So it'll be like, yeah, it'll be 2 hours before? I think? Yeah, it'll be 2 hours. No. It'll be 2 hours after, actually. Sorry, I'm doing the math in my head. Yeah, it'll be 2 hours afterwards.
That'll be a nice come down from your set.
When this comes out, and yeah.
If you're not sleeping,
yeah,
I'd be
sure.
I would be absolutely surprised if you weren't like passed out after your set, especially since you're closing.
I've done events like the last time I did an event like this, I did not sleep. I just did not feel tired. I was too high off the energy, and I slept throughout the day.
Nice.
Like, I think it was because I was staying in a house with some people, and we just like we were just kind of bouncing off each other's energy.
Oh.
And we could not actually like properly go to sleep until the sun came up. It was, yeah.
That sounds so fun.
It was good. It was. And this one's going to be really fun too, so I'm looking forward to that.
Kind of on that, like, sort of thing of that energy, I guess, if you want to call it that. How do you really harness that into your, into like the live environment of your music and like the DJ sets you do?
Well, this may surprise you, but I love music deeply. I really, really love music. I can't really help it when I'm on stage. I'm too excited to really like contain myself and to not move around when I'm on stage. So the energy just kind of persists throughout the whole thing, and then afterwards I'm still like coming down for a few hours where I'm just like, oh my god, that actually just happened. I love making people dance, and I love loud music. It just brings me life. So
that is such a deeply magical answer. Because it's not something you can like really describe, but I totally get it as someone who I think loves music as deeply as you do in terms of like the energy of it all. It's something it's something you can't really describe, but it's something you can feel. And even in like your URL sets, I still feel that.
Yeah. It's something I try and like harness as much as I can, even for URL sets. I think the Digital Garden 2 set is still the one that I'm most proud of, because we got a bunch of people to help with that, and the youth group that I go to was like really, really supportive in putting something together with me, and I really, really want to do that again at some point. The stars just kind of aligned for that to happen, so we just went with it and we did something fun for that. if I do something like that, I definitely want to do it here at home somehow. I want to try and do it a bit more DIY or something. But yeah.
Um, with your like, speaking of kind of like more on the general term of like being around people and such, you've been, I mean, as of like late working on your newest projects and such, you've been working like, even if it's not public, you've been trying to like work around others and like try to build a community up in terms of like really emphasizing that, which in terms of like your past projects, NOISEPUNK was kind of like the spark I can feel of like that sort of getting a community together to celebrate something.
Yeah.
But what you're working on now is sort of the fire that came from that spark, I think.
Yeah, I'd say that. Um Noise punk was very it was very inspired by the electronic music that I was listening to at the time, and I was trying to make like really long, I don't want to say gauntlets, but like really long songs like embracing the kind of music that I loved at the time. But that was a completely solo project. Like I made all of that myself, and with this next project that I'm working on, I'm trying to work with more people, specifically people that inspire me, and I'm trying to tap into genres that have influenced like the like the queer scene that you hear in like clubs and stuff like that,
Yeah.
instead of, I guess, big and loud electronic music this time. So yeah, I'm trying to make this a bit more of a, what's the word for this?
A communal kind of thing.
A more collaborative, yeah, a more collaborative and spiritual experience rather than like, um, I feel like I'm shitting on noise punk if I say this, but like
You
a
can.
bit more of a a bit more of a deeper experience than noise punk, I guess. But I'm, at least that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to sound
Yeah, no.
egotistical and stuff like that. It's just dance music at the end of the day, but
I mean, dance music can
trying to
still
tap
have a meaning.
into,
I can feel that with like
yeah,
the demos you've shared with me and all that. Like, no, you are exactly going for what you're describing, and you can proudly wear that
yeah,
on your heart.
yeah. Trying my best trademark. Yeah,
I
I'm trying to
mean,
make something cool.
yeah, and you are. You are making some really cool shit.
Thank you.
I'll say this in terms of like stuff that's being worked on. So last year around January, actually, I think that, yeah, last January, there was the Form Any%. Me and Riley made a song together we've been sitting on for over a year at this point. So long, in fact,
Yeah,
that we started a second collab that is like I would say over halfway done at this point too.
pretty much. I just need to get back in the studio and keep working on it. Um, the studio in my room. But yeah, I've got a couple of collabs going at the moment, and also nocturnal and work at the moment. So things have been quite slow with getting things done at the moment. I'm really sorry
Yeah, no,
about that.
don't
But
apologize. You're a very busy raccoon. You know, you gotta like to
yeah,
work on.
I'm not doing the thing I did with colon 3. I'm not doing that again.
We
Don't worry.
oh yeah, the story behind that one. I think that one was like made 3 days before we were like putting it up on streaming services, which is really funny. It's still a
Yeah,
great,
I
fantastic remix. It was just made in like an extremely fast time. I
yeah, I
still don't know how
wasn't.
you did that.
I unfortunately didn't I didn't quite know when the date was, and that's not on you, that was on me because it just kind of slipped my mind. Um and I didn't ask at the time, but I'm I'm happy with how the first half of that remix turned out. I'm quite happy with that. I just wish I locked in a little bit more, and yeah,
Yeah.
it is funny though. I tend to make some of my best stuff when I'm under a time crunch. Like, I don't know what it is. It just, if I have like a day or something to make a song, it's usually when like the best stuff comes out.
It's yeah,
But yeah.
no. I love working under time pressure, but I also can like I've felt both sides of like the time pressure coin where it's like, wow, this is some of the best shit I've ever made,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, oh god, the existential weight of the like the time, and like, oh god, I might not be able to do this.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's felt. But we did it. We made it.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
We got there in the end, and it sounded great.
yeah. Yeah. Even like that original demo for Wagfest is still probably one of the coolest things I think I've like contributed to. Um, I it's like I really
For sure.
I really want to attempt making like bass music and like dubstep and like all that like kind of shit, but I do not know like half of anything about like bass sound design and fucking like mixing it and like just if I every attempt has been a just giant mess, and it's been fun, but I love working with people who do know what they're doing because I can contribute where I can, at least in terms of the structure for it, and that's where I feel like I work best in an environment.
Yeah. Yeah. If it helps, I don't really know what I'm doing myself. I just know what my tools kind of do, and I don't go into Ableton and I don't be like, okay, I want to make this particular kind of sound, and then I make it because I'm like a genius. I'm not. I'm winging it a lot of the time, and like 90% of the stuff that I make in terms of sound design is like happy accidents that is fine tuned to sound good. It's like it's like making it's like just fucking around with the synth and being like, oh, that kind of sounds neat. What if I did this? And then you keep repeating that process, and then dubstep. Like
That that's like the funniest thing because like
yeah.
every time I've asked that question to someone who makes bass music, it's just you just gotta start making dumb shit. You just gotta start throwing eggs at the wall and seeing what sticks.
This is true. This is true.
It's like universal advice.
The I do not know the ins and outs of making sounds. I know bits and pieces, and I make it up along the way. And I think that's a fun way to make it. I have been
Yeah.
trying to focus on like intentionality with sound design, and there are some things that I've realized which have been really helpful ways to like visualize it before you make something on how you're going to do something. But yeah, from most of noise punk was me like throwing things at Vital and hoping it sticks. But yeah.
Sort of on the musical influence train. What are some like non-musical influences you have?
Well, video games are cool.
Yeah,
I
they
like
are.
video games. I I love I love horror games, and I love how they sound specifically. And something that's always really allured me is how to create an atmosphere with sound and stuff like that. I think games like Resident Evil 7, the atmospheres and the soundscapes in that game are just like it's cool.
Yeah.
It's very cool. Is that answering your question?
Yeah, no,
I
that
think
is yeah, that is completely yeah. I'm not really a horror junkie, but
yeah.
I do when I hear a good atmosphere in a game, I go, ooh, yeah.
It needs to be done right. I do like horror, but I don't like jump scare horror, if that makes any sense. Like, I
Yeah.
love the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's. I hate the games. I hate the games so much. Like, I cannot play them.
Yeah, the games are
One
certainly an experience.
one game though that has been like really inspiring me a lot with just aesthetics and just everything about it in general is Cyberpunk 2077 and the universe and the lore around that. Uh, the way the world works in that game, the music and how everything just comes together is it inspired a lot of noise punk sound, and I think once my next project is done, I'm probably going to focus on lighter things and make stuff inspired by video games again.
Yeah.
I think yeah, Cyberpunk was very inspiring for me with my sound design stuff and general rave aesthetics, I guess. There's one mission. I'm sorry, I hope I'm not yapping too
No,
much.
no, it is fine. This is the point of the interview. I want to hear your thoughts. Like empty the pot in your brain. Come on.
There's a mission in Cyberpunk 2077 called Second Nature, I believe. And the first time I played that, it blew my mind. It is a mission where you need to rescue someone from a club called the Totentans, and that mission aesthetically, the music that played, and the environment and everything about like everything around like walking into that area and talking to the people in it, like that just completely blew me away. And let me see if I can find some pictures of Totentans if you want to see that.
Yeah, I could see that. I'd like to.
Yeah, and this was when I'm like, I want to say 16, and had never been in a club before, and had never like really had much of a desire to go in one until this. Like, can this not be blurry, please? Please? Please?
Would he please put his fingers together? Just.
Yeah, no, exactly. Can I have a good picture, please? Oh my goodness.
While you're looking up things, I can kind of relate to what you're like, how I've been approaching with my like art. Is that I'm like no stranger. I'm a huge fan of rhythm games, but it's always like the way rhythm games exist in the environment. Oh my god! Holy shit! That looks really cool. Wait.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember walking in, I was like, oh my goodness.
Jeez, oh my god, yeah, that is stunning. It's a shame that this is audio only, but yeah.
There are places that, yeah, there are places that look like this in actual IRL real life.
Yeah.
Not like minus the people with like cameras as eyes, but you know, like it's a thing. It's real. But yeah, you were saying about rhythm games.
Yeah, the like not like a lot of like what I've been trying to get inspired by, like rhythm game music, of course, but beyond the music, the aesthetic and vibes of rhythm games, especially like arcade rhythm games. If you've ever tried to like look for them outside of like a Dave and Buster's or a Round One, if you guys have that, it is they are so unique aesthetically because it's not something you like normally see. It like, to put it bluntly, it gives off the same emotions as the pictures of Cyberpunk you sent me. It is like, to me, emotionally speaking, seeing like a rhythm game cabinet out in the wild is just bewildering. Not to like shit talk a company and like ruin my relationships with them, but so you know Konami makes a lot of rhythm games, right? Under their Bimani series. Um, they
Yeah.
have a licensing thing where they can only like distribute cabinets to like two places, like two companies. Round One, which is a company that exists over in the east, but also has a few chains in the west in America, um, and Dave and Buster's for some fucking reason. So trying to like capture a vibe when you're very far away from any of those places, and just like trying to make music based on a memory, like a pic. The best way to describe it is making music off of a picture of a memory of what you like have. I don't know. It's a very
Yeah.
inspiring thing for me. I don't know if this is like really related at this point, where I've gotten off the like thought train, but yeah.
No, it is. It is. I kind of have experience with that. That's yeah. I've made music with that lens before. Um, like words. Hello, sorry, I just blanked for a second. Um, no, yeah, I get that.
Yeah. For context, this is ARRYTH's first interview, like ever. Please,
Yes.
people who are reading this in like the like live chat when I premiere it, don't be a dickhead, please. Cut her some slack.
Yeah. I imagine them like vitriolically mad because I do not know immediately what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, it's always been chill when a premiere happens. The chat is either like really nice, um, kind of
Yeah.
kind of like completely unrelated, but it's something that I've been grappling with, and you especially have been grappling with. Is sort of I put it in my notes as the push and
Mm.
pull of furry music, where like on one hand the pull of furry music of like it being very electronic, very club, but also like very like there's a very big community for it, but there's this sort
Yeah.
of pushback against anything that's not typical. It's weird to describe without sounding like an asshole, but there's definitely a push for certain like a push away of like things that don't really fit the sphere. I mean, you constantly hear arguments in like um, the online sphere of like furry, where it's just this isn't furry music. Oh, this is like I would consider myself a furry musician, but my music is not tangibly related to being a furry. It's just who I am as part of my identity, so it's something that's baked into the process itself. And I
Yeah.
know, like, I want to kind of get your take on it, because I know you've been kind of grappling with the, like, idea of that push and pull as well.
I got some thoughts on this. So, I think I think furry music is in a bit of a weird spot because furry is a very visual community. Like, a, furry doesn't really have a definition, but to me, a furry is someone who takes an interest in anthropomorphic animals, and where the fuck does music go with that? Like,
Yeah,
unless
that is a
unless
good
like
point.
unless you're talking about like the very like sensory nature of exploring sounds that feel like an animal, like 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 the sound of what like fur brushing through your hand would be like, or claws touching a table or something, stuff like that. Where the fuck does furry music go with that? And I think a lot of people don't know what they want out of furry music, and can, I'm not gonna go into like details, but can I briefly mention like
You
I'm
in
gonna,
terms of
I'm gonna
like what
type it in the chat.
I know exactly what you're gonna bring up. You can like
Yeah,
with how YouTube
I'll
is in term
dance around it.
yeah like kind
I'll
of
dance around it, but I
dance
won't
around
go
yeah
into details.
yeah because I know
Yeah.
what you're about to bring up. I dance around the topic because of YouTube. And also nature of this being an environment where there are people who should probably not be hearing about these things, but
Okay. Well,
like
all I will say is that the furry scene, the furries were born out of necessity for queer people because it was a way to hide identities and for it to be like a masquerade to meet other people. That was one of the ways, one of the reasons it existed, and I feel like tapping into those roots is very important and is very important for people to understand that that's where furries kind of come from. It's not the only reason we exist. Like, there is obviously like an interest for anthropomorphic animals just as is, but that was one of the reasons why it was a thing in the 80s, and a little bit before that as well. Circling back to music, I feel like what we need is sincerity. I think a lot of furry musicians try to echo what other people are doing, and what I feel like the scene needs is more sincerity and more expressions of themselves,
yeah
rather than. And I feel like that's why people are upset at EDM, because it can sound insincere. It isn't, but it can sound that way sometimes.
yeah no, that is completely understandable, knowing what like making, because a lot of furries usually make sonas of themselves of like who they want to be than like a true
Yeah.
one-to-one depiction of themselves, and using music as a way to um, show that form of yourself, even if it's even in a very sincere way. If it's not like true one-to-one you, it can still be your feelings about it, and like your feelings and your emotions, and like, but even under the sona and like the mask and the like fursuit, it's still like a person with thoughts and feelings and ideas, and like
Yeah.
that cannot be separated from the sona, and that cannot be separated from the art.
Yeah.
And more sincere art that plainly states that, I think, is definitely needed.
Yeah. I find myself most drawn to music that is very unapologetically itself. Like, music that has such an intense love for what it is referencing. So first person that comes to mind is Ima,
Yeah.
and Ima for sure is one of my biggest inspirations with music, because it's clear with everything that they make. They have such a unique style of making music, and she just like she has such a love for what she's writing about as well. It's like I can hear a song and be like, that's an Ima song
Yeah.
for sure.
Ima,
And
Ima has just such a
yeah.
way with how she does things. I do not know. Like, I don't think I could ever understand how they make music, but I will always respect the hell out of it, and I will always enjoy it. Because it's so genuine.
Yeah. Yeah, you can usually tell with music if it's sincere or not. Like, that's I always find myself listening to music. I can tell that whoever's making it loves what they're doing. It's yeah, I don't know if that makes any sense, but
Yeah, no, it does. I get
yeah,
it.
I
And
yeah.
something I kind of want to just like bring up as like a footnote is that this is not a diss to anyone who makes music without any sort of like emotional attachment to it. Because sometimes you just want to make a banger for the sake of making a banger. No, like, emotions attached to it. Um,
Yeah.
some legendary songs have been made like that, but also just how, at least how I like to feel and like how I interact with music is that I really like music with a lot of feeling. So songs that don't have a lot of feeling are just left on the wayside, and it's not a diss to the people who make the music. It's just not something I like, and that's okay.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's completely fair. I like music that is very like experimental with sound design and stuff like that. And for example, uh I really like this EP by I hope I'm pronouncing this right, girl in the Made of Oak called Inertia, and it's very like it's dance music, but it sounds very analog and very
I think I is yeah. Hold on. Let me look this up because I know
I can send it to you. I've got it open.
because the hardcore EP is something I've been listening to a lot. I have it on Bandcamp. It is. Oh my god! Did they change the name of it?
Hardcore is good.
Or is it this?
No, there's two.
Oh, there's
Hardcore came
two.
out recently, and Inertia came out. Inertia came out 3 years ago. Nearly 4 now, actually.
Oh my god! Yeah, Inertia came first. I've yet to listen.
I've listened to. I I've listened to Hardcore and Inertia, and I like Inertia a little bit more because of the very like. I like how atonal it sounds, and I like the sounds explored here. I love how electronic, in the physical sense, it sounds. Like it also goes crazy in DJ sets. I've had a lot of fun with these tracks.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I never knew they made the EP beforehand. I thought like hardcore was like, huh. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to check this out.
Yeah.
Um, to be pull the curtain back a bit. I only had like those 5 questions ready for ARRYTH. So right now we're in like winging it mode. I've had the idea to bring ARRYTH on ever since I wanted to bring MMix back, but in terms of getting things
Yeah.
back and running, it's just been a bit done hastily, which is fine. I like working, like as stated before, I like working in like fast environments like this, but it's also just kind of funny to be like, oh yeah, pull the curtain back, we have nothing planned. So um
Yeah.
if honestly try something a bit different. If there's anything you wanted to ask me in terms of like an interview style thing, uh go ahead.
What's the music you're looking forward to? What's something you're excited to come out?
Something I'm excited to come out in terms of music. One of the biggest well, the thing is, the thing that I've been most excited for this year has already come out. It came out last Friday. It was Lights Burn Dimmer by Fred again. I've been waiting for that track for like years. He made an Instagram reel with it like back in 2024, right? I think it was right before I forgot Glastonbury. And it's like, yeah, this is something that's usually like right out of my wheelhouse, not really in my wheelhouse or anything. So starting like just hearing that, I'm like, God, I want to hear this track. And then he never brought it up in like live sets or anything. And then like throughout all of 10 days, never, you don't hear it. Any of the DJ sets he did during that time, you didn't really hear it. And then during the rollout of USB 002, you hear it in his DJ sets. You heard it in the, you hear it in the green room set. You hear it on the rooftop set. You're like, holy shit, he finished it, and it sounded so incredible. And then you get to the 10 weeks go by. You wait for that song to drop. Doesn't. Actually, I'm gonna go on a side tangent. That 10th song sucks ass. The fact that it ended on that song, regardless, it is a good song. Worst song out of the bunch, and you end with that instead of Lights Burn Dimmer. Fuck you.
Is this Scared by?
It's not Scared.
him
That
and
was
Young
track.
Thug?
That was okay. That Scared was the first track out of the 2 tracks to get released after USB O2 dropped during the 10 more weeks phase. The last track was I Love You
I'm gonna be.
with the collaboration. It was
I'm gonna be
with
so
Paul
real.
Mercer.
I have not listened to a lot of Fred again. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm really sorry.
No, it's okay. I was
I
I was
haven't
at the
listened
end.
to a lot of it just to put my cards on the table. But I'm listening to Lights Burn Dimmer at the moment. And I'm gonna listen to the song. I'm gonna listen to I Love You in a second.
Yeah, you can like, but when you're listening to it now,
Uh,
you
yeah,
it's so warm. He like when he plays with synths, he's
it
usually
is.
never this warm and analog with it, and it's so like God. You, it's so hard to describe, but it's everything I want in electronic music. It is warm, it is uplifting, it feels like a hug on the dance floor, and
It
then
is.
and like I'm so glad we finally got that song after like a year and a half of waiting. But that first initial drop off with like week 10 being I Love You, God, that will never cease to piss me off. It's probably my main guess on it is that it's sample clearance. Um,
Mm.
but yeah, and in terms of like I'm still waiting on something to release. There's a rhythm game coming out at the end. Well, it's already out, but it's leaving early access later this month. I think like a when I'm gonna research this real quickly. I think it might be at the end of the month that it comes out. It's Project God Hand. When does this leave early access? Because I already have it. It's leaving 28th, so yeah, it will be a week after the interview comes out. It's to put it bluntly, it is a satire and parody of rhythm games, but it's also just a really engaging rhythm game within itself, and I like it. It's very silly. It's very fun. How's the tracks going?
What is it called?
Project Godhand. I will share the Steam link with you.
I've already got it here. The ultimate tool assisted bullshitting keyboard destruction rhythm game. Oh my god.
Yeah, it is delightfully stupid. I initially tried it out during a stream, and one of the devs popped up and like talked with me about it in the game in the chat. It was great. I cannot wait to like get back into it. I've been playing it a bit more. But yeah, in terms of like
I
music
need to wish this.
in terms of music releases, there's not been like other than that one song. I've like um yeah, I can't really name anything. There's a Joey Valance and Bray is dropping a deluxe soon.
Well, that's fair.
But
I
yeah,
mean,
we're early in the year.
true.
The big projects haven't really come out yet. I mean, in terms of like the grander scheme of things, there's Victory, but like everyone's excited for Victory to come out.
Yeah. I get that. Yeah, Victory is the big thing I'm excited for, but I don't even think that's done. I
I think it's the fact that he's like he's teasing an announcement soon. I'm like 99% sure when the next single is announced, the album date will be announced. Um,
I hope so.
I just really hope it's not a case
That's
where like half the album gets released before the album comes out, because that always pisses me off.
it's a massive pet peeve for me. I hate that. I really, really dislike that. The worst case of that for me was now I don't like these guys anymore, but I used to really love like Brittum and Bro Step when I was like 15, 14, and Riot used to be one of my favorite bands. And Dogma Resistance was an album that I was really excited for, and every single song on that album, except for the interludes, was already released when that album came out.
Yeah, that is.
Um, uh, I need to specify. I do not listen to these guys anymore. I do not want to listen to them anymore for reasons.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Going home.
putting it bluntly,
Yeah.
fuck Riot. Anyways, continue.
Fuck Riot. I think Take That was the only song that wasn't released. I think I also want to say Awa, but that's 2 new songs in a 10-track album, and the others are interludes that are like you know no, AWOL was released beforehand, and this was over a span of 2 years.
Jesus.
So
Yeah, imagine waiting like 2 years for an album, and it's like most of the singles. Yeah, that pisses me off.
yeah,
Thankfully, I can't really name like
but
any
yeah.
notable releases recently that have done that. But it is something I see constantly, and it's just, I get. The thing is, I get why it exists, because in terms of like streaming nowadays, you want to put out every single. Unlike something I've noticed is that you usually went from like having the single drop by itself on a streaming service to now the single being like, if it's the like third single in a series of singles, all three of the singles would be placed together on the newest singles drop in like an EP package. So you like boost the numbers up or whatever. It is. I get why it exists, because streaming is bullshit, but it is very, very annoying. And I'm gonna flip the question back on you. What are you excited for in terms of the new year?
What am I excited for? I want to be so real. I don't actually have much that I'm excited for. Um, in terms of music, I could just be like blinking and still be quiet, sleepy. Um, but yeah, there's not really much I'm super excited for. I'm going through. Oh, you know what I am excited for actually? I had to like quickly run through my Steam wish list because I knew there was something. It just had like not crossed my mind at the time. I'm really excited for Hyperfunk.
Oh yeah, Hyperfunk.
That's not coming out this year, but I'm so excited because it's War Bomber Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I'm gonna be so real, and this might disappoint you a little. Before I got my PC, I downloaded it on my laptop, and it was fine until it started having issues to where it was like literally unplayable. But ever since I've gotten my PC, I've yet to actually restart and finish the game. It's been rotting in my Steam library. And I know you're the one who gifted me the game, and I'm sorry.
That's okay. It happens. I understand the backlog curse.
Oh
I,
yeah.
I am prone to that happening. I have a lot of games which I have not finished yet. So like I get that. It's all good.
That's
Would I recommend it?
Yeah,
Yes.
no, I have like multiple friends now who are just like yelling at me to finish it. I'm like, you know what? It'll be the next game I beat. It is on the list. Being like with the game backlog stuff, being like a rhythm gamer, especially like the last week at like the starting of December, genuinely such a generational time for rhythm games. 'Cause like a week beforehand,
Oh yeah, I
uh
heard. Like a lot of things came out.
yeah, starting off with Rhythm Doctor, finishing like leaving early access and finishing the story. I played through that, really wonderful experience. I really liked it. And then a week later, Unbeatable came out, and then Shadow dropped on the same day was Bits and Bobs, a game that was like also had a demo out that was basically like Rhythm Heaven but on PC. It was very
Yeah.
inspired by it. So I've yet to try out Bits and Bobs, and there's probably like a lot of other like indie rhythm games I've yet to touch, but that's like 3 games right there. And then beyond that, there was a bunch of demos that released that starting like like really recently, like last month and this month. There was a couple demos that I finally got around to playing like last week. It was just genuinely ridiculous.
Yeah.
I remember I was gonna say something and I forgot. God, I am really rusty at this.
That's okay. You're talking to someone who that happens to that like a lot. It's all good.
I,
Stress.
I was gonna say something, completely forgot my question because we jumped into like rhythm, like talking about games again. I'm trying to remember. Well, I'm like stalling using words so I can remember what I was trying to ask, but I don't think I'm actually gonna get it. So instead, I will leave you with a couple of parting questions. In the future, again, what have you been listening to recently? I guess is the first question. Like, what do you want to?
I could go on about what I've been listening to, so I'm not gonna go too long into it. But I recently saw Salute, and that was amazing. So I've been listening to a lot of Salute's music again recently.
Hell yeah.
Um, True Magic is unmatched. That is an incredible album,
It
and
is. I I cannot understate this enough. It is probably still one of my favorite albums of all time. I cannot. It is so stellar, stellar in a way that I just cannot like fully comprehend.
System specifically is really inspiring. I think that song came out at a point in my life, like near the end of me finishing NOISEPUNK, and I was quite uninspired. I was feeling very down and very like, do I even want to make music anymore? Like, this isn't really going anywhere. And I started studying something outside of music because I was very like, well, music isn't gonna work. I might as well do something else. System was one of the I want to say like music propaganda that like pulled me out of that funk and was like, no, I need to make music. This shit is so good, and I need to pursue music at any cost. Like, System is such a really inspiring song, and I've heard that song live twice, and I've just
I bet it goes off
it's
live every
incredible.
time, like the fucking 5, 6, 7, 8. Like I bet screaming that vocal out loud with a crowd of people must be heavenly.
It is. It very much is. The first time I went, I was the first time I went and saw him, I was right at the front. I was right at the front. I was right at the rail, and that was great. That was incredible. And then this most recent time, I was a bit further back, but I was also not very sober, so I was kind of on a rail. I was with my friend, and I like they were checking with me and seeing if I was okay, and I was fine. But like as System was playing, I was like, you know when you see people at like metal concerts and they're like headbanging against the fucking rail and stuff like that. Like that was me.
And you were doing that
At
to System of
because
all songs.
yeah, I was so excited to hear that song because of the stuff that Salute's been doing recently. I wasn't expecting him to play much of True Magic. Like I thought he was gonna play like Saving Flowers, but not much else. He played a bunch of stuff from True Magic, and System was one of them, and I lost my shit. I was, I was, yeah, that song's very inspiring. And in terms of other stuff I've been listening to, uh, I really like Sophie's "Oil of Every Pearl's on Inside's" remix album. The sound design in that album is I don't even know how to describe it. It's just insane. It is crazy, and it's deceptively simple how she made it as well, because I was watching like a studio session of her making XTC Acid, and I thought it was going to be like some really like long chain of effects, but it is saw waves and filters and a bit of distortion for good measure.
That is.
It's not a lot going on. It's deceptively simple. But yeah, sorry.
Nah, that is.
Those are the things I've been listening to recently.
I just remember what I was gonna bring up before I started doing like the final question thing. So we're gonna break the sequence of events here, and I'll give you the second question to like end things off in a sec. But you are one of the few people in like my like close friend group in terms of music who has used a vocal synthesizer for a song, like for
Yes.
Utah. And something that I've been kind of going headfirst into, like late last year, middle of this, start of this year, was Vocaloid music and, you know, voice synthesizers, shit like that. Mostly because of one particular artist, which you wouldn't be surprised if I heard drop the name of Jamie Page. Um, her work
Yeah.
has been just fucking incredible. But as of late, there's been one. But the question, well, while I send the music that, like, the two songs that I've been, like, really keeping an eye on this year, kind of wrapping back around to what I'm excited for, there's this guy called Jam to Go who has been making such amazing music videos and songs for a rollout of a project he's been working on the side while working on a game. And those videos have just been frankly incredible. I would highly recommend like everyone to go watch them. Such like it is exactly what we've been saying for the past hour. It is insanely sincere and like emblematic. Like it represents what it's being inspired of. Like The Sim, there's a lot of lyrics in that song that are references to like bugs in The Sims, and like the music video is very inspired by The Sims, is like, you know, gameplay and all that. It is one hell of a video, and that's ignoring all of the ARG stuff that's been throwing in.
Bugs in The Sims.
Yeah, bugs in The Sims. Like
I got it.
For example, there's the lyric about if try like there's this bug that happens in The Sims. If you remove a ladder in the pool, the Sim cannot get out of the pool.
Oh my goodness, that's insane. That's really cool. One of my favorite things when I was younger was reading the patch notes of The Sims 3 and them just be having like really, really funny fixes for the bugs that would happen. Like, is this a song about that? Kind of, sort of.
The lyrics are inspired by it, but it's more of like, you know, a general like. It's not about that, but the lyrics are the lyrics are using like The Sims as a way to convey that message, in a way.
That's really cool. I gotta check this out after.
Yeah. Yes. But the question is more of like, is it something you would ever do again? Because I know another thing you've been doing with your newer music has been using your own vocals as well. And you use that,
yeah.
From what I can remember, use that vocal synthesizer to sort of sing for you in that case.
So what I would do is, what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to use Alter Ego. That's the thing that I use. I would use Alter Ego to sketch out voice lines and then record them myself. At least that's what I'm doing for this new project. Would I use it the way I used it in NOISEPUNK? Maybe? I don't think I would use them for like main vocals again, specifically with Alter Ego, but I would definitely use it in the background as like a synth sound. Like I would probably use Alter Ego to get formant sounds to then make like bass sounds out of it, I think. Just something I've tried doing, and it's surprisingly fun. I'd really like to get more into Vocaloid music though. I've had my eye on getting Poyuta.
Poyuta, yeah.
And I'd really like to try using that because that sounds lovely. That sounds really good, and I'm a massive Porter Robinson fan. I don't know if y'all could tell, but I really like Porter Robinson. He's my number one. He's my number one, my ride or die, and I love Porter Robinson. He's very inspiring, so I really want to try using Poyuta at some point.
With Poyuta, it's with the thing I've noticed about vocal synthesizers is that in terms of Vocaloid is expensive as hell because you have to buy the software and then you have to buy the voice bank as well, and that is an extreme amount of money, and that's why like shit like OpenUTAU exists. That's why like you've kind of been seeing the rise of like Gumi and like Teto, who are not Vocaloids but have been getting a lot of use because they've like incredibly cheaper software to use and like mess with. It's something I want to dabble into, as well with a lot of newer music, because like circling it back around to rhythm games, a good chunk of like rhythm game music, at least in terms of like arcade rhythm games, is Vocaloid in a way. Um,
Yeah,
so like right now I'm sensing a perfect storm brewing for my next project, and I'm really excited to finally like commit to it all after I finish cleaning up what I've started with my debut album.
yeah, absolutely.
And
Yeah, I'd
this,
I'd love to see what you're doing with the tunes.
yeah,
I just sort of like really want to get back into Vocaloid music at some point. Now that you mention it, I'm like, damn, I really gotta get back into this now. I have a
yeah.
friend who really likes Casanetero. More in the sense that that he's one of the like deranged fans who makes like deep fried memes of Casanetero, and like I got him a fucking like Peto plushie.
Oh my god.
Like he's one of those fans, and now I realize like, oh yeah, this Vocaloid stuff is really fun. I think Casanetero is also like you can also use that one for free, I think.
Teto
But
has a lot of like she has a history, but specifically she was like sort of the voice for the UTAU. Like that was the if you installed the UTAU software, you would get
yeah, I've got that. I've got the installer on my computer somewhere,
yeah,
but it was all in Japanese, and I didn't want to
translate.
accidentally press the wrong thing and brick my computer.
That is
Um,
extremely valid. But yeah, Teto went from being a UTAU to like some of her newest voice banks. I think like she has a voice bank for Vocaloid now, which is really interesting
yeah,
considering her history. But yeah, I highly recommend.
indeed.
There's a
I'll
lot
check that
of
out.
lots of creative things going on in the Vocaloid space, especially like off the beaten path of like your typical producers.
Mm.
We are a bit over time. I was not expecting to go a bit over time. I was actually expecting to go a bit under, but we're about like 7 minutes um over the usual hour.
Oh
But that's
no,
fine. No, it's fine.
I'm so sorry.
No, don't apologize. This is conversations like this kind of happen, and it's sort of the ebb and flow of being an interviewer and not really having a lot of plans for the return. But as much as I'd like to continue yapping, the interview does have to eventually end, and I'm going to hit you with our final
Yeah.
question before I interrupted with my Vocaloid. And that is, who do you want to put on, like in terms of homies and such, people you've worked with, like people you want to just like shout out? Yeah.
Oh, I got a couple. So first off, I would like to put on Kemlov. Kemlov is a close friend of one of my close friends. She makes hardstyle, and hardstyle isn't a genre that I'm very familiar with, but Kemlov makes it in a way that's really, really good. Like she is so good at her craft, and her music is just it's amazing. I'm gonna send you a YouTube link to her most recent thing. Like like the very definition of underrated, because this shit is amazing and it's not getting enough views. So there's her most recent song Break Ya is really, really good. Next person I want to put on is my good bat friend Homosnopsis, or their username on SoundCloud is Homie. Let me get that.
I'm checking
Yeah,
out. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I know.
How
I
do
know.
they only have 6
I know.
subscribers? What the hell?
I know. They put their attention mostly on another project, which is a duo between other people, and that actually has a bit more attention than the other than like her solo music. But Kemla definitely deserves more attention. Her stuff is really good. Um, and who else? One more. I want to give one more. Perfect three of people to put on. Oh, it's blanking me at the moment. I'm checking Bandcamp. Hold on.
We have all the time in the world.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the sounds. I'm probably gonna put like some of your songs in the back.
Yeah. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh no. Don't do this. Not right now. Not like this. This is the worst time this could possibly happen.
Bless you. If you sneezed.
No, it's about DJ Bass. DJ Bass.
Yeah.
Kelvin has played a couple of their tracks, and
Yeah,
they make like
DJ Bass is stupid.
DJ Bass.
I love them.
It's so good. It's ridiculous. It's like ridiculous techno tunes that go unreasonably hard. Like they're really good. So yeah, those are the three people I want to put on: Chemlove, Homer Synopsis. I didn't actually say why I'd recommend Homer Synopsis. Homer Synopsis does like UKG, and has really good taste in garage music, and their UKG stuff is really cool. All their mixes are super clean in terms of like DJ sets, and also how their music sounds as well. Like he's very good, and he deserves more attention. And DJ Bass, because they're ridiculous.
Hell yeah.
DJ Bass's music is like very good. Yeah. Anyways, yappage over. I love talking about music. I don't know if you could tell.
Music is awesome. I before like doing the whole ending kind of thing, you are the first person I think to not make the joke of shouting out me, which I appreciate, but it's also really funny that it took 4 interviews to get to that point. Wait, has it been 4?
Well, I can make it right now. Everyone,
no.
listen to MK's music.
Oh my god.
They make really cool shit. And all their creative projects are really cool. Go listen to them now.
Thank you. That was goofball. But yeah. Thank you, ARRYTH. You can listen to them at basically anywhere under the name ARRYTH, ARRYTH. Yeah. Lovely talking to you. This was a great first interview.
Thank you for having me. This was my very first interview ever, so this is cool. This is epic.
I hope
very epic PogChamp swag.
I hope I served you justice. I hope I did it well.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. I'm gonna stop recording in 3, 2, 1. Bye.